When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Friday, December 5th, and the official countdown to Christmas is on. 20 days. Pretty easy numbers, boys. 20 days till Christmas. What is going on?
What's happening, fellas? What's happening? Did that 20 days include today? Or is that just starting with tomorrow?
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I'm just saying it's around 20 days.
Sure. But yes, can't believe it's here already. Snow, cold. I feel like we were just at the chili cook-off and the nice warm weather, but winter is upon us.
Hey, it's another big day too, Ryan. I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself getting ready for Christmas. I think we got something before Christmas coming up today.
If you're a soccer fan, today's a big day, especially if you're a fan that has a friend that wins everything and got your World Cup tickets. That's Tom Burko. So let's go.
Big day, 11:30. So,
Ant, any big plans for the weekend?
No, man. You know, me and the neighbor across the street, we got a little Christmas battle going. It's like Christmas with the Cranks. So I got to put up these two 12-foot snowmen and Grinches. I've been waiting for the guy across the street to do his, so I'm just going to go for it and just do it.
Very nice. Very nice.
So it's like battle of the neighborhood decorations every year?
Ant is going to war.
The house, and it's like saying, yo, what's up? You know? It's got like the Santa Claus with the hands out, so it's like he's trying to tell me something. So I got a Santa Claus and a snowman and a Grinch. So it's going to be a battle.
Make sure you take some pictures. We want to see that.
For sure.
All right, boys, today's talk. It's all about the loan officer and real estate agent working together to help the buyer. How can we all work together to put the best offer in for the buyer? And really, that's going to take Anthony's pre-offer huddle. There should always be at least one conversation, something going on between the buyer, the real estate agent, and the loan officer, so we can talk about, are there ways we can help make the offer stronger? Are there things we can do to help the buyer on the financing side? It's going to be different for every single buyer. No longer is it straight conventional loan, best terms, quickest closing wins. It's going to be who puts in the strongest offer.
Yeah. And knowing and having that great agent to explain it to the listing agent of why this offer is strong is also very important. You know what I mean? You have to be on the same page. We need everybody on the same team. We see what's going on with the Steelers right now with them not on the same page. So if we're on the same page, we know that we, as a team of agent and loan officer, can take down any other agent that is in our way.
And that's really step one. Now, we're not going to jump on anyone's toes and start calling people in the transaction without, everyone's approval. But if you're a buyer, if you're a buyer's agent and you think a phone call from one of us to the listing agent is going to help solidify the offer, talk about West Penn Financial, talk about the pre-approval in very broad, terms. We can't give any general specifics out there, but if that's going to help, I know, Anthony, I believe you just did this last week, calling a listing agent to talk things over. We're happy to do so.
The agent wants to know is that they're an actual qualified buyer, that they can actually buy the house and actually close. And that's probably the most important part to them. And they don't know that. All they can see is the letter that was provided and the offer that was put in. So securing that offer with a quick conversation with the listing agent, letting them know, hey, we have verified income, assets, employment, all that stuff ahead of time. We're good to go. Basically makes that deal stronger for sure.
Yeah, and we want to make that phone call. We just understand we're not jumping over the real estate agent to reach out to the listing agent without your blessing, without you saying, hey, there's multiple offers here. We got a lot going on. Any chance you can reach out just to confirm that we have a great buyer. And of course, we're willing to do that.
Yeah, you just have to ask. Like you said, we stay in our lane. We preach stay in your lane to do your job. We'll do our job. We're not going to overstep you at any point in time in that. Call that listing agent. If it's going to upset you, upset them, we understand the situation. We're all businessmen and we get it. So you just have to let us know. We're trying to make it the best deal possible.
And really, guys, it's going to depend on the buyer. If the buyer gives us approval to tell the listing agent anything that's going to help get the offer accepted, we might be able to go into a little bit more detail, but there is non-public private information that we're not able to give out there unless the buyer does give us approval. So we're going to do everything we can by the book. We're not going to be able to go into too much detail, but we do feel a loan officer calling the listing agent when there's multiple offers is definitely going to help that offer.
Yeah, it's proven. It's actually proven. I have one of the agents in my office that always asks me to do it, even if it's not multiple offers. And I don't mind. That's her thing. That's how it gets offers accepted. And I frankly, I don't disagree. I think it works.
Another part of the pre-offer huddle is if you do have a conventional buyer and if they are putting at least 10% down and going through a normal conventional loan, with financing now, they have the ability to get an appraisal waiver. Now, how the lender gets an appraisal waiver is what confuses everyone. Anth and Tom, I think the agents feel like we're flipping a coin and just figuring out, oh yeah, this one doesn't need an appraisal and this one doesn't, but that's not really how it works, right, Anth?
No, it's actually magic. We actually spread a little dust and we get that approval. But no, we actually run it through our automated underwriting system through the government. They actually have millions of appraisals and data on file for specific areas, home sales, etc., which lets us know based on the strength of the file as well as the down payment if the government is going to require an appraisal or not on that specific home. Doesn't mean it's going to happen on every one. It depends on the transaction, the down payment, the strength of the file. There's a few different combinations there, but it is nice to see one come through.
And the biggest part with the appraisal waiver is an address. It's the address because, as Anth said, there's millions of appraisals. It's not only looking at the buyer, but it's looking at that property and if it has the proper information on that property to make a determination. So there's times a buyer might put an offer on one house. We're like, hey, you got an appraisal waiver. The next property doesn't. That's just how it works. It's really property to property specific. But if your buyer's property properly pre-approved, we have their income, their employment, their assets, and we know an address and a specific purchase price. If the purchase price changes, that could affect the appraisal waiver because we had an appraisal waiver for a specific price. But Tom, if we have those, it seems to me if you're a buyer's agent and the lender isn't going to need an appraisal, that's going to give you a leg up on the listing agent.
Yeah. You don't need that appraisal contingency addendum, which is huge. I mean, it's just another addendum you have to ask them to negotiate with, I guess you could say. It just leaves it out of the equation. And we all know as loan officers, as agents, and even buyers out there watching this, we all know that saving $550 is awesome on the appraisal waiver. But we also know that not having to deal with the appraisal and the appraisal conditions is huge to that transaction because it's probably my biggest issue on files is the appraisal.
It's one of the biggest hurdles you got to get through with financing for sure. So if you're removing that hurdle, it is going to make life easier. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking back over the last 6 months, I swear, all my problems are appraisal problems.
Yeah.
From the appraisal.
I kind of agree. And really, the last item we can talk about, which everyone always comes to us, and I don't even think it's us anymore, is, hey guys, can we close in 30 days? Of course you can close in 30 days if it's a normal transaction. But in most cases, guys, we know Jordan Tax Services, if they're handling the municipality, we're going to be waiting on the title company more than you're going to be waiting on the lender, just because of how our local taxes and die tests and all that fun stuff work. I mean, how many times do we have a closing delayed because occupancy inspection wasn't completed or something?
I have one today. I mean, it's constant. The question needs to come to the title company. Can you close this in 30 days? Not to Tom, Ryan, and Anthony, because certainly we're going to be able to do our part in 30 days. That's not difficult, but the title company takes the longest.
Yep. So guys, going into the weekend, any pre-approvals, any second looks, whatever you need, we're just urging to do that pre-offer huddle. Get with your team, have the strong team. The agent with the strongest team wins. You don't have to go out there and know how to do everything. Ben Roethlisberger wasn't throwing, catching, and running the ball. He threw the ball. AB caught the ball, Lev ran the ball, and we had a great offense. You need to have a great team to have a great real estate offense. If you try to do it all yourself, you're probably going to be unsuccessful. There's only been one person in the history of sports who could do it himself. Might be Shohei. So if you're Shohei of real estate agents, you're one of a billion. The rest of us, we need a whole team to work together.
Yeah, we can't have you like AB after getting hit by Perfect.
That's true. You know, you're going to be walking out there, you're going to be throwing stuff off balconies. You're going to be heading to Dubai, running from the cops. We don't want that. We want the tight-knit, clean team to help get that offer accepted for your buyer. So if you need the help, if you need a solid loan officer, just give us a shout.
Absolutely. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, boys. See ya.
Tom, Ryan, and Anthony.